principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next. Yeah,
I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you deny funny face.
It's not my brother.
Today you deny funny face.
I don't know him.
You don't know funny face.
It's not my brother.
You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
Are you of getting justice for your daughter?
I'm believing God that justice will be served. That's all I will say.
We see that there's been a lot of support in various forms of media.
Yes.
What do you make of it, and how is everything panning out for you?
I guess the reason there's so much support is because domestic violence is condemnable anywhere, any day. Shouldn't happen. And so, irrespective of the fact that it is my daughter who is dead, everybody who is concerned because that thing has to stop. There are many women today suffering in silence, and they should come out boldly now out of it. Nobody has to die again under such circumstances. Expeditiously, I have no cause to complain so far, and I'll allow the state to proceed the way they are going for justice to be served.
I'm saying trial by the media because you see, when a case goes to court, it is between the lawyers and the court. The Attorney General has lawyers to do the prosecution, and the accused has lawyers to defend him. But in this case of the Republic versus Prince Charles Dedjoe, what is happening is that people, especially social media, as for the print and electronic media, they are a little bit more responsible. But the social media, anybody gets up and says anything he or she likes without recourse to whether what he or she is saying is true or not. And meanwhile, as I said, my client is in custody. My client cannot say anything, nothing at all.
Is that affecting how you are prosecuting your case?
Oh, well, I won't say it is, but it is making the work more difficult. You see, because judges are human beings like you and I. They live in our society. They hear all these, should I say, all this banter going on in the media. And they become compelled to be a little bit more, circumspect in decision making, which is unfortunate. I won't say public opinion is going to sway their decision, but what I would say is that the trial, when it does come on, will be by a jury. And the jury is ordinary people in the society who will listen to the facts and take a decision. That is the position taken by my lord. Personally, I disagree. But that is the position taken by my lord. In the Martin Kpebu case versus the Attorney General, the Supreme Court held that any court that any case is arraigned before it can consider the possibility of admitting the applicant to bail. So I don't understand why my lord should take the position that it is only at the committal stage. The court is seized with jurisdiction at any point in time to grant bail to any accused person, depending on the circumstances of the case and depending on the discretionary favor of the judge. The prosecution has to answer that question. I don't understand why the prosecution, knowing that the case is today, they did not bring my client. I'm surprised, because it is his duty, it is his right to come to court so that the court will see that this is the man. But I won't be surprised if he is not here because of medical reasons.
As a women's rights organization, I represent FIDA, that's the International Federation of Women Lawyers. We are here to support the family of Lilian. Domestic violence is a major problem in this country. UN has called it a shadow pandemic, and it's actually a shadow pandemic here because the people who die, which go unreported in this country, is so high. And the number of cases that are reported and unreported in this country on gender-based violence is so high and unacceptable. So we are watching brief. We want to make sure that justice is served, and that's why we are here, to support the family and to ensure through what Lilian goes through again. It's just a recurrent problem. Last year, a woman died because she served her husband porridge, rice porridge for dinner, when her husband was expecting a heavy meal. Can you imagine? People die for such useless reasons in this country, and that's why we are here, to ensure that these useless reasons for dying do not continue.
Hi guys, we are back again, Charlie. If today is your first time on my YouTube channel, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share with your friends. So guys, I am currently at the Kente factory in a town called Bonwire in the Ashanti region. We are going to be seeing how Kente is weaving, how they get different patterns, as we all see. You know, Ghana is known for its special kind of Kente, and there are a lot of names that there are a lot of fabrics that are called in some languages we all don't understand. And so today we're going to take opportunity to learn how to weave. I mean, you're coming with me on this one as always. Let's go, let's see how it goes in here.
You got to let it go. You got to let it go.
finally at a town called Bonwire. It spells like Bonwire. Yeah, but so heading towards the Kente weaving center, and the road is a little rough, so I mean you have to walk. Cars cannot pass here from the junction. So this is the place, and this is going to be our tour guide. Okay.
Single weave and a double weave and a triple weave.
Okay.
When you single weave.
Single weave.
Yeah. And then what double weave? Double weave. You may shoe in the you see answer. Double weave. Double weave. And I will single weave. And then what triple weave? And I did maybe double weave.
Okay.
Triple weave, no bones are going on. 86. You know, 1, 2, 3. 86. And a single weave, you 2 see. And a double weave, no 4.
Double weave, it means these are just 2 patterns. And so, like the colors.
Not the colors, a design.
The design, okay.
The design a better say 2 patterns and 6 patterns.
Design a better say we are triple weave and double weave.
Double weave.
Now single weave no crowd, we bet in the colors. Colors we are single weave, we are colors baby.
How do you do it?
You know, when you should go cram you say. When you at 10 poma.
Okay.
And the phone you should go cram you say, want to in fact. Yes, I won't decide design, you know.
How long does it take to make one long stretch? Depends on the design. A day. Okay.
Double weaving. It depends on the design. So when you are hard, you can take maybe 2 days to complete for one woman strip.
One woman strip.
Yeah,
one woman strip is what? 6 years?
No, for the 2 years.
2 years.
Strip for the 2 years.
Okay.
And there's triple weaving. You can take 3 days to finish for 2 years measurement. Only one strip.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one is the beginning. When you finish this one before we're going to start to weave. You see this shuttle, we call it shuttle in our language Ashanti, it's kukra.
Kukra.
Yeah. This one is the one.
Let me see how it looks like.
You see.
Oh, okay.
You are using
bamboo.
No, this one is a stick.
A stick. Okay.
Wood. Then you are using a bloom to put inside here. After that, when you finish it, and we put inside.
Oh, okay. It looks like something you can put your toilet roll on. Oh, okay.
You start from here, and you go to the loom.
So, how many ropes do you use at a time?
This design, the one I'm doing, I'm using 6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay.
6 cones.
Yours looks plain.
Yeah, it's a plain. I'm going to use this one to put with triple weaving design inside for combination. I want to use it to combine that cloth.
Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes nowadays, before the olden days, we are using triple weaving throughout, but nowadays we are using combination. Some are looking like you see this shining. Yeah, we mix it and use it to combine with the.
for mienu ana o madam for baako ye frɛ baako kuragu ye frɛ baako
So he's actually narrating the history of Kente, and this is how the story goes. 2 brothers and their friend. One was called Kweku, and then the other one was called Ameyao, and their friend was called Krabang. So Krabang was a hunter. So one day when he went to the farm, he saw a spider weaving a web, and he was very fascinated about the web. So the next day he visited the same web, and he realized the web has increased in size. So he calls his friends to see what he has seen. So when they got back, they got an idea to start weaving. They started using pieces of fabrics from old scarf to start. And this is how they started weaving. In this video, he's demonstrating how they started weaving from his belt right to his toes. They created a triangular web with thread, and they kept weaving it in, out, in, out, in, out, just as you see. So what they do is he creates a knot and ties it, and then he keeps bringing them in and out, in and out. So when they were able to get a whole pattern of weave, they actually decided that, okay, why not go see the chief and then show him what we have done. And so they all went to see the chief. At the time, he was called Nanasai Tutu the First, and that is how it all started. But he was very funny about it. So to my friends who don't understand Chi, this is for you. So I'm about to sit and learn how the Kente is weaving, but he says I have to take off my sandals, and so before this is how it looks like, and I'm going to be weaving this particular color. So
stretch your legs.
This is what happens. He puts this under my legs, both legs actually. So I have to stretch it very hard. I should do it. My leg.
Right face. Hard one.
Hey, wait, then I have to put it in the middle. So I pull it hard. Oh, okay. Wow. Then I pull my left leg. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So this is the roller. Okay. So left leg now. Oh, then I put it under.
Yes. Hard one. I'll give this way free.
If you don't pull it harder, it doesn't come.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Hey, it's quite a lot of strength.
2,000 years later.
Then you beat it.
Yes.
Whoa.
Hard one.
You beat it harder. Oh, okay. Then you pull your left leg.
Yes.
Then you put it under. Then you beat it. Oh, it's as easy as that. Quite a lot of strength on your feet, so my feet keeps going up and down. Okay. Then you beat it. Right? Then the left leg. Okay. Then you beat it. He has a lot of talent. I was asking him who Zimbo is, and he says he's the one. So yeah, these are beautiful. One hour, yeah, one. Wow, he does it himself. Beautiful.
It's so nice. The elephant is so
This is nice. You can get this pretty. So, into BB say you're saying how much is this?
70 cedis.
70 cedis. So these are some of the patterns they get at the end of the weave. This is another pattern, and these are the ones that has the shiny. I'm a fan of gold. So this is how much? What are you saying? 1,200 Ghana cedi. Oh, okay. Every color, no, different. I need now 1,000. If you need a boy, into something like this is how much?
I need 500.
500 cedis. For how many years?
6.
6 years. Oh, okay. And this is the common one we all know Ghana for. Sikafutru. This is called Sikafutru. What does Sikafutru mean?
Gold dust.
Gold dust. Oh, okay.
The color
gold. I'm getting one of these. This is how one stripe looks like, and this is 30 Ghana cedis. Yeah, so this is what I'm getting. I'm already in bright colors, but yeah, this is going to be my new baby. So if you see me wearing this, know that it's from Bonwire in the Ashanti region. I actually like this better.
You really like this.
So guys, would you prefer this? Or you prefer this? This is called gold dust, right?
Fatia.
Fatia. And this is called?
This one called Obapa.
Obapa. This is Obapa. This is Fatia. Yeah. So I mean, 2 patterns. Guys, this brings us to the end of this vlog. The people were so nice to us. They treated us like family. We bought some few items. I mean, the way they are so friendly, even if you didn't even make intentions of buying, you would definitely buy one. Lori also bought some. Lori, how do you feel?
A whole lot. The stuff was so beautiful. I like their warm reception. Unlike places you go and the first thing they meet you is money. Yeah, but they were not concerned. I mean, when you come after learning how to and you feel like giving them something, then yes. And so we gave them something little for lunch today. And so yeah, this is the atmosphere here, and it was such a great time. It was my first time experiencing how Kente is weaving. It's woven, right? Weaving. Yeah. It's weaving. And so yeah, it was such a good time, and it's a very small community here, and I mean, this is such an interesting day. And so until next time on my YouTube channel from the Ashanti region, I love you all as always. Ote me pancho. Ote me pancho. Ada usro. Me pancho. Oh, enya kita ni say hold it like this. That be say hold it like this. Kita na say. Enya oshe. I made it.
ensuo de bi a wo mfa nye hwe na wo hwe ensuo a yenuanom ennom egu omyam. How can you drink this water? Because I just can't imagine. It's so dirty. Are you not afraid of falling sick?
We drink it. If you don't drink, which water you drink?
What do you have to tell the donor, Hajia in New Zealand, who has made it possible for you today to get clean drinking water?
Yeda Hajia say nyame nhra no me. Nso amaye no. Yeda nyame ase.
Se when ji ye dwumadi na se onyanka crime check abusuako no a ye be sure se
wo subscribe na se wo subscribe wi a
adoma bi won chen
miaso
se ne be ya
dwumetie biara ye de beto ono
onsa beka
na wo so betimi ahwebi
Etiefo a make trading enterprise and saso aka wo hu biomo se ope provisions niama emo anwa esichire chese adibia ye dibia a make trading enterprise benye biamo enye no nkwanso se ope semina ye di siniama ne ye di gware anampo se ope se uto de kwache obi enye tutumrikai na ko a make trading enterprise na kwaje wodie niama ne boye for na Accra price and so hwehwe won a chira kwan ewo Kaswa Old Barrier ubetimi afa won ewa homatri for you so 0545 822-773. And make trading enterprise and now customer satisfaction is our priority.
Minuanom mati asem dey enne se ope asase ana edan ato amansun biara enihua eno ane ejare real estate na sa ejare real estate won wo Kaswa ofanko baby a aban akosi senior high school ni high court fefefe no wo firi ho pe na ura ejare real estate asai tie ani jeseme ye anwea ene ebo a wo de besi dan no ebi wo ejare real estate fo na de sanma eye ahomeka ene se wo twa asase na ejare real estate wo betwa so fe edi amaw edi odin aye pillars edi esi ho land guard asemo de eno de emamu kra na sai tie ani jeseme san wo ho bi me ensu a wo de besi wo dan no eye free na document asemo de eye tatahwe wo to wasase anase wo dan a na ye de ahye wo nsa eti kan ho na frɛ ejare real estate na ansa anyawo yete for mo hwɛ ensuo ya ɛda ho ya ɛyɛ dam na saa dam ɛyɛ yenuanom mo gbanyamle ɛno na om de ye bibiara ɛno na omonom sebe na wo hwɛ ensuo ne kala omo enomo a eye arahoye eye ade a eye ahomete ama kyese me hokora adwiri me na ebia baby a wo bia wo hwe ensuo de bia wo mfa nye hwe na wo hwe ensuo a yenuanom ennom egu omyam omudi si noma ede ye bibia eye ahomete ye ba ye na emo bi kra num bi se mo hwe ye chi a mo se mo wan guso ennom bi na eye asefem Oshe Ghana baby eye du eye kabima menka bi eye development na yenuanom bi enum nsuo se ya eye areho enne mera ho ye minhu de menkampo ye ne yenuanom bi bekasa yenuama bi wo yechi na ye bisa om de enti a omonum nsuo we na omonum mpa omonyare ana ohwe kra ensuo no no guso a omo enom no eye ahometi ye yenuaba ho na opese pacho bra na me no nkasa Adentina wonum insufficient.
In this area we don't have water. Only this water we have.
But how can you drink this water? Because I just can't imagine. It's so dirty. Are you not afraid of falling sick?
We drink it. If you don't drink, which water you drink?
So how many years have you been drinking it? You cannot even count.
Yes.
And then you give the same water to your children.
Yes.
Now, what is government doing? Buying pennyphobia, abaha, asabia, they will help you or something.
We didn't see them. Last 2 years they come, but they didn't do into here.
They couldn't help. I tell for you, say buying pennyphobia, baha say almost the year in Swebe, one village, one dam maybe. Then some buy na die bi be fefa mo no ye ho mo bi me be aban anim say dam we no ebetime serve community no in so many ways ama omanya bi e de ayo mafuo ama omanya bi anom na sese ya aban maaye Crime Check Foundation yentime ntena ho saa eno nti na yete wo musu no yedimreka yede on how etu dwa emra yekọ commission ensuo no bi e wo wovugumani no ye maame bi ye frɛ no Hajia ɔse ye mondidin Hajia pɛ ɔwɔ New Zealand wame abeye ensuo de ama wo mo enti ye free ha ye bɛkɔ na sansuo no yakɔ akɔ commission na ye de atom nyina manim Ghana fo ba bi obia wa ɔhwɛn onkai hu sɛ enye ha pɛ baabi bebree e wo northern part of the country baabi wo central region baabi wo western region enkra bebree ensuo a omonum ne em sɛ wenum de akrampo de jama eyempo ni baabi wo ha ensuo na omonum no eye ateche ankasa na ene ye say yeyi yare ensuo yare a ema nipa pii nam ensuo mu ma nipa yare afiri ho na enipa pii enum ensuo etise ya megidi se ye nyina agitum se na Ghana ye adane failed state nanso ensese ebasa obi a opese o Crime Check Foundation eye ensuo a ye water for Ghana no ene ye nkasa etibom yenko na yenko commission ensuo no emfama yenuanom yedamu nyina
ye osika yemfamu ati asifo na obia ni mwawie ya wati sayawadaja yenyama ati asifo na obia ni mdachi ase unipa wa wanti na chi asem diaka.
What do you have to tell the donor Hajia in New Zealand who has made it possible for you today through Crime Check Foundation to get clean drinking water?
I will only thank God for giving her to us because she really helped us. God bless her for us.
Misoni pewa wanti nechi asem asem pa ka fani wono onti ensa body abebonu onibi adisia dia di besie ne won fa won kra misoni pe yamwa o oni pe yamwa o yamwa ni pa wo mira
sa ne dagban pa me ne bin sai ku gorgan la de bora yiri di dan shi tin yan pa so ma banan zan ba hanka la am tapune ya ne biya go puna mi sim biya ne ka gelen da bandi ka guge ka bo sohrba mal gelen de gba sonde ya shanga bambor sonsim banan ye Crime Check Foundation Mr. Ibrahim muni nyara twema Mr. Ibrahim.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Ibrahim Opon Kwaten, and I represent an organization called Crime Check Foundation. We have come from Accra with the help of Almighty Allah to commission this water system for you. This water system is being commissioned as a result of a woman. She wants to be called Hajia. She is in New Zealand. She has been doing a lot of humanitarian work to support poor and vulnerable communities. Last year, we commissioned a water system for residents of Wovugumani. And this year too, after hearing your cry for water, we thought it wise, in collaboration with the MP for the area, Alhaji Suhini, and his able lieutenants, we decided to build another water system for you to take care of the numerous problems that we are going through here. So that is why we have come. Much as we are doing our best as a foundation, to help. Today, we want the honor and the glory to go to our mother Hajia. I don't even know her, who has decided to spend a lot of money to get you this water. And I'm so happy seeing it done beautifully. I want to use this opportunity to let you know that much as Crime Check Foundation has facilitated this work, the money is coming from our mother Hajia, who, because of his God-fearing nature, has decided to do this. So if I may simply break it down a bit, I'm sure some of our fathers and mothers understand a little bit of tree. The American say, and in so ya de abremu wa ha no, yama me bi or New Zealand abrochimaimu, or se ma yo money dey, yam friend Hajia, na sa ade we a wa ye de amamu we no, or ye e de asre enhira afri Nyankopon ho, enu nti na wa beye e de amamu. De etosu mienu ye be sre se mo bompire mo be kai no empire bom, because enye bia na obeyi sika ose yemfa ntu nsuo ema omo a omo enibi report enya ene say ye sha ase no mo hia nsuo ni tem mo hia ne ntem it mo sha ase kra yusu kakra. But what we are saying is that it's important that at least we properly commission it and then hand it over to you. Na empire bia so no mo bompire mo be kai mama, you remember her in prayers for doing such a marvelous job for people of this community. It me mama kasa enye tententen ye nyina no ye bema yensa so we all raise up our hands, and if Osofo is here or Malam is here, if he can lead us in prayers for us to thank our mother Hajia.
Now something number. The pound mana woni the mama the physical wanti the mama the mana woni lapsan dangala to. Now to molada den ya zatam sile. Now woni me be shadim be wasu ni to surun do mana tamlana do mana woni palmonia. Once or shall come wabia wopuni. Do mana ungulo kachu. Omala por shall comes as a woman old mana won susuni. Now won young malatu. Now won young malatu. Wabia wopuni. Sasha kamza sa wanto shi aka to am wasra bi obi agupuni na ko ko men yan wonfure yal mosra nduma na wonfu malaka chu al hayre balaba kamza sa wan suhur bora o mano duma na wonsu so to suru nduma na tamna na won yan malatu wa bihi wa shi tale obi agu kamza na won balga me shato karfu kum se bi wonu na won yan madag babatu na won yan madag babatu wa jipuni na won gumo kace damle balaba kam o bomba pun na won gumo kace hasara na won gumo kace hasara tela surun do mana tamlara wantum ne to shal ngoma ndo mana wonde ke kala la tumama ka shaytani nya wona la tumama na ongulo kaciu na wonna mo yi koko ne to tum la tumama halin wonya filtar ga ndo mana wongum na nyam la ma tatbotu tam zasa nan banyina wan zam pisha titima ta pa ndo mana wona panta wompa ndo mana on ka ta pa ndo mana wona pishal wanti tumama na wonna mtakatari wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
We would want to once again thank Hajia in New Zealand. Say Hajia, baby I will be in New Zealand. They are stressing Yankopon on shroud. Yankopon baby I prefer sikano efri biano onye no moho ema Yankopon oma aljana. Yankopon oma enkwatente oma ahoden ye pese ye gina sa kwanya we so na ye de to Ghana fo nyina nim baby obi awa wo hwen bia ye pese mu nyina mu hu se ye nuanom a omo the northern parts of Ghana omo ho chire omo ensusem mu pa, especially ye cold dry season e dia aya na ayeden enipa pii no enye nkramofo nko enye kristofo nko ye nyina enim se Nyankopon aka ese obia obetu ensuo ewa asase so e de ama won a on enibi ama anom no onu Nyankopon obehye damma no enhyira emu yedu ankasa obebo no ho ban obehye na busua na onu Nyankopon no so opa obesan the heaven ache no enti ensuo tu eyade a ehuhia papa yenyina enim wobugomani emra ye call ho no na ye nuanom sebe ensuo omonom no omne emoa ena compete for water enrabo suhini adaromanti ofre ba ha ye be yensu we ensu a etoso biem a yaye ye be sro bia wo hwe crime check edwumade sa ye water project a ye in the northern part of Ghana no where kan wakoma onso pese obeboa no ye be sro mpuputi beboa na yentimi tu so mu hwe ensu a yaye a ensu no eye feyie pa enti ye beda mu nyina ase yo enti no ye be ma aye Rashid abie ensu no na ye nyina ye hu sede etie
ye osika ye mfamu ati asifo aobia ni mwawie ya wati saya wada Yasem Diaka yoni ni nyami ntemwasem Iti sawo mwe bia bwa mine Bwa mi wamra iti asi
So today I'm on a plot of land, not just a plot, a 40-acre plot of land around Oyibi, Old Sasabi. It's between Ubuntu Haven and Apollonia City of Light. You hear the names? Okay, so this particular property has a good road, there's water, there's light. People have already bought theirs and they are putting up their structures. If you can see, so just call the numbers and get yours. Be your own landlord. It's about time. Stay tuned. Okay, so we just passed Car Junction. We are still going around the plot. As you can see to my left, that is Ubuntu Haven. Some have already gotten their plots and then have their buildings ongoing. There's light, there's water as well. You wouldn't have problem with land litigation and land guards and all that. As you can see, there are no land guards around. There's a good place to invest if you need a plot of land, or you can even buy 2, 3, 4 and put up some businesses.
Ete for say de mu no enso no na me no bi na mu nyama hu say eye ensu papa na ya de ama ye nia yi.
Me pacho yeda aji ase se nyame nhra no me nso amaye no yeda nyame ase de odi me no nyame ma no de sunsin we no na me video
alhamdulillah
okay
yeah asidan nyina eko nyame ho ene agya awo New Zealand we nyame asem no waye nyame djuma no waye ena ekwanhireni Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam say nipa waye bibi wo ha ye friend sarakatul jariya say ukotu ensio ema nkofo a mo hia eno se wuwo na se ukọ otuna bra wie wa wiase mo ba eno onyakopo sheda na o mawo otua wo ka ena eye allegenda na say heaven nti we de nyame asem nti ye hire no wiase mo no abrabo nyina onyakopo hira no ma no ena onsan tua no ka eye allegenda nyame mbo agia nyame hira no
okay
na say
ete for head we ayi nuama yi omo prince woni ho a we kire se wo manom ensufu ache eyare hosem bi sa ho eye nkoma ya ni pie didi ne kire se enipa ne pii na won ayare amede o makoto hospital omma bi nso wo ha won ahwere won kwa if so manya waterborne diseases na said me kan kan ye no we na ekoso awo ye man mu baby bebre ti e be sure obi a opesa obeka your water for Ghana ho no ene ye nkasa
So Mr. Ryan Kwatin,
okay.
The community are grateful to Crime Check Foundation and AGI, and of course the MP for Tamale North. They are so happy that they said we should present this gifts of guinea fowls and then tubers of yam to you to show their appreciation.
Thank you.
As Nordness, when some people do good things for you, this is one of the things that our highest form of privilege and high form of what they call it appreciation and honor. And that's what they are giving to you.
Thank you. So for the cameras, anybody watching us, we want to thank the people of this community for also recognizing our little efforts. What has taken place here is through the instrumentality of Hajia. We only facilitated it. So all glory and honor to God in the first place, to Hajia and some of us who are only vessels or instruments that got the job done. So we want to thank the community. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you're funny face. It's not my brother. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
because of the children. If your boyfriend begins to beat you, or your girlfriend begins to nag and insult you right from the beginning of the relationship, please know that it will end in tears. Society, families, the churches haven't helped us. Parents should begin to see their male children and their female children as children. That division of a boy can hit the sister and they don't talk. If you do it, your brother will beat you. I think it's a wrong thing. They shouldn't say it. If you do it, he will beat you. He's a boy. He's a boy, so what?
He has always cited the saving grace of Christ Jesus as the reason he escaped a near-death experience in 2013 when he was involved in a car accident. The former musician whose hit song Opedodo made waves in 2011 when it emerged, is a preacher today, and he's our guest on today's episode of GhanaWeb's Road Safety Campaign as part of our 22nd anniversary celebrations. Yaosiki is our guest. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Good, by grace.
It's been about 7 years since you had your experience.
Sure.
Does it come back to you from time to time?
Yeah. I think even just last week, I was praying, and while I was praying, it came back to me. I visualized again how God took me out and how it was a near-death experience, and I just thanked God that moment, So it does come sometimes. It does come, and when it comes, I just realize how good God has been to me, and how faithful and merciful He has been, and then I thank Him. Yeah, so it does come like that.
So the most recent one, where it came back to you during your prayer session, how was it like? What did you see? Can you just recount everything, the whole experience?
I was praying, but then I was in a place of thanksgiving. So I was thanking God, and then I just remembered how I nearly lost my life some years ago, and how it was a near death experience. That moment, I just thought of the car, how it was upside down, how it landed on its head after veering off or swaying off the road, the motorway, from the inner lane to the outer lane, somersaulting 3 times and landed on its head like that. I was actually unconscious when that happened. And so I always, whenever I remember that moment, I always try to imagine how it was like, because I didn't see it with my physical eyes. I was told, I was dozing off when that it happened on the road, when the car got off the road. So I didn't see how the car turned and all, and I heard, and in the process my head banged, and I got unconscious, so I didn't know where I was, and I was up and bleeding. So that moment when I was praying, I was just trying to imagine and visualize that moment, because that was a dangerous moment for me. That was the time
could have ended it for you.
Exactly. I would have died. So I just remembered that time, and I tried visualizing how it was like, because I didn't see with my eyes, with my naked eyes.
Who was in the driver's seat?
A friend of mine, Puku. He was driving the cars at that time. It was his car, and I was in the passenger seat. We had gone for a meeting at the Accra Mall, and we were coming back, and he was driving. So when we got to the toll booth, I was a bit tired, so I laid back like that. I was in the passenger seat and closed my eyes. I dozed off. After some time, I heard his voice. I heard him saying, complaining, "This driver, why did he cross me like that?" And so without opening my eyes, I was like, "Oh, don't mind him," because I was sleepy. So no mind. And then everything just went off. I didn't know what had happened. Everything went off. I was shut down, off. Total blackness out.
So the last thing you said before the blackout was no mind. I see.
So, and when I woke up again, I was laying on my back like that, and I was in so much pain, my head and my neck, my arm, and I was in tears and complaining, wailing, and there was someone beside me trying to console me. It could be cool down, it could be cool down, and then everything just.
You know who that was?
I'm suspecting it might be my friend, yeah, because the pidgin language. Yeah, because we know that's at that time we use a lot of pidgin. When boys we made like that. Yeah, so because it was a pidgin language, it could be cool down. It could be cool down. So I knew definitely it was either my brother or my friend, one of them. You know, so but because I couldn't see well, my eyes were open, but the vision was blurred and dark. Because I think as at that time the blood also had covered my eye, because I had to stand severe head injuries, deep cuts on my head and my arm, and I was bleeding all over. And so my eye, you know, I saw a picture of me covered with my face covered in blood like that. You know, so I'm now, after seeing that picture, I'm suspecting that as at when I was on my back, after getting conscious and wailing with someone beside me trying to console me, I'm suspecting as at that time I couldn't see well and the vision was dark because blood had covered my eyes. So my vision was dark and blurred. The blood had blocked my eyes, you know, my vision.
And if you were in the passenger seat and this happened to you, what happened to your friend?
Yeah, God be so good. Nothing happened to him. You see, he was on the wheel, behind the wheel, and the eye conscious, and he knew. He told me that when the driver came from behind, overtook him and was in front of him all of a sudden on the motorway in the inner lane, he was also speeding, top speed, and he wanted to swerve because he feared that even if he hits his brake, there might be a head-on collision. So he wants to swerve out into the outer lane and then carry on. And so in the process of swerving the car, he lost control. You know, so he knew what he was about to do and the car lost control. So I'm thinking probably he was able to manage, but then we thank God, but because nothing happened to him, he sustained no injury. And so he was able to get out of the car, found some people around, and then they caught me out from the car and rushed me. Because if he had gotten injured or had also gotten on me, I would have died. Because I was bleeding massively. I was bleeding. If you see pictures, there are pictures of me that I was seriously I don't like seeing them, and so we've not given them out also. Yeah, it's really, really unpleasant. Bloody power, and I would have died. I would have died.
But I mean, it's been some years after the whole incident. Before that, though, were you in a seatbelt?
Yes. God being so good, we're in seatbelt.
And you were that injured, even with a seatbelt?
Even with the seatbelt.
I can only imagine how bad it would have been.
I would have gone through the shield, the glass of the car. I would have gone through it, or I would have been somewhere else. Both I and my friends were in seatbelts, and because we're in seatbelts, when the car somersaulted like 3 times and landed on its head, it was upside down like that. Because of the seatbelt, I was hanging like that. So imagine, and even with that, I had sustained serious, head injuries and arm injuries, and was bleeding badly, and was off. And they had to rush me, if not I would have passed, gone cry, So without a seatbelt, I would have gone through the windscreen or even
gone out of the car or something.
Yeah, something worse.
And did it leave any scars that you look back on and like you just feel pain, or it's like a constant reminder of that incident, like a broken arm or a broken leg? Or
obviously my neck. Obviously my neck, because if I turn my neck now, it's not as flexible as it used to be before. Even though I'm a living testimony, I'm God's handwork of His miracle. I'm God's miracle today because I got healed by miracle. Doctors played their part, but God healed me. But even though I'm healed, when I turn the scar, like when my stature now, when I stand, my posture or my stature, you can see that there's a difference in the natural. That's not a natural way. There's something that will tell you that. And so it's a constant reminder, and it's humbling, and makes you remember how far God has brought me also. Yeah.
Looking back, what would you have done differently if you had the chance?
Pertaining to the accident.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What I would have done is, when we're leaving home, when my friend came for me, and we're leaving home that day, I remember my mom saying, "Yo, don't go."
Okay, that was a warning.
Yeah, my mom was like, "Yo, don't go, yo, don't go." But I was chasing after money, because it was a contract. It was like they are coming for a meeting so that we'll go and perform somewhere and make money. And I'm young and I need to make money so that we can carry on to invest back into the music. So I was like, "Mom, I was like, yeah. I was like, she gets worried sometimes too much. So she leave us for us to go." But if time was to go back, I would have listened to her. And also, apart from her, when we got to the Tema, that day when we left home, and we got to the Tema toll booth to enter the motorway to come to Accra, when we got to the toll booth, deep within me, I felt something bad might happen.
I see.
Yeah, before, when we were taking the ticket, within me, I felt something bad. But that's at that time, I didn't have much knowledge concerning how God speaks to us and how all, I wasn't that spiritual. So I brushed it off. So after the accident, I remembered. And I was like, I should have listened to that. That was God. That was the Spirit of God. Yeah.
So there was a prompting.
There was a prompting. Exactly. The exact word. There was a prompting. And also, the prompting came when we were at the toll booth. And we were taking a ticket. So even if I had said, "No, Charlie, we shouldn't go," it's like wouldn't.
There was very little.
Yeah, I also, so that made me think that even if, as at that moment, if I told my friend, "Charlie, this is what I'm having, we shouldn't go." I was thinking, we are in a lane, people are behind us, and the motorway is, and we are the booth, we are taking the ticket. So at that moment, it would be inconvenient for him and all that for him to. So I was like, let's go, let's move on. That also added up to it. So for us, for me, allowing for us to go ahead, so we went ahead. But then after the accident, I was like, if I'm to go back, I would have listened to that prompting and I would have stopped it right there. Or even my mom. Yeah, when my mom said, yeah, don't go, I would have listened to her and it wouldn't have happened. It means that it's not from God,
I know you move around a lot. In your moving around, you see vehicles, you see pedestrians, you see motorists in general. From the time your accident happened till now, do you think anything has changed significantly on Ghana's roads, on the part of all the stakeholders, to help curb accidents on our roads?
Yeah, I think that the media has been doing well in promoting safety on our roads. For that one, the education has been going on. And sometimes by the roadside, you see the road signs, over speeding kills and all that. When you go to the driving schools, they will teach you the safety. So the DVLA is working hard. For that, I know. Myself, I went to the driving school and I realized how hard they are working to keep those who come to the road, who use the road, disciplined and drive safely. But yet, when you're on the road, you see lots of indiscipline because people are refusing to change and people are refusing to go by the rules. People are refusing because they are in a hurry to make money, especially the commercial drivers, especially the trotro drivers and the motor cyclists, those who drive the motorbikes. They especially, they are so much in a hurry. They are in a hurry to make money. They are in a hurry to pick passengers. The trotro drivers want to pick passengers. Each one wants to get the most passengers, so they make money. They make money, and so because of that, they race. I mean, it's like a race on the road. This one wants to get ahead of this one to pick the next passenger. So it makes them run at top speed sometimes, and it's bad. And also the motorbikes. When you get to the traffic lights and it's the red is on and it's at a stop, we all stop. But you see them passing by still, not abiding by the rules, ignoring the light, and they just go. And sometimes when it's green at the traffic light and you're moving, you then notice a motorbike from the other side whereby they've been stopped by the light, but yet he will break that rule, break that light, and come through. And if you, the driver, if you're not careful, there can be a collision, or you can even hit him. And just recently, last week, I went to a lady that I used to evangelize to and pray with them. I went there and I got the information that her husband is a motor rider, and he got hit by a car and died. And so they relocated from there. And my heart was saddened. Someone I evangelized to, and he has kids. He has kids with that, and they are young. They are not even in their 40s yet. But the guy just died like that. And I think if we are disciplined on our road, all these things can be taken away. It's indiscipline. It's still there. People are refusing to change because they put self first. Self first. I'm going for that money. I need to get there in time. I need to, put in what they want. Thinking, caring less about others and those on the road, other people using the road, caring less about them, thinking of self. They place self first, and so other people end up dying, and it's bad. So please, we need to be disciplined, and we need to put that first.
You've identified a lot of things you're seeing wrong with our system, and that are encouraging a lot of crashes on our roads. I want you, just as we wrap up, to tell Ghanaians what you think we can do to change the narrative, to help save lives and to help deal with the menace of road accidents on our roads.
My advice to the motorists, pedestrians, drivers on our roads today is to be patient. Patience. Even the Bible says, let patience have its perfect work, that you may be complete and perfect, lacking nothing. If you have patience on our road, be patient enough to cross the road when you're about to cross. Be patient enough when you're driving and you get to the zebra crossing. Be patient enough when you're using the motorbike, when you get to the traffic light. Be patient. Be patient on the motorway. When we are patient like that, we'll get to our destination safely, and we will lack no one. We will lack nothing. We will lack nothing. No soul will be lost, no life will be lost. Don't let someone's divine purpose come to an end. Don't let someone die prematurely because of your impatience. Please, let's renew our minds and be patient. My name is Yaosiki. Do the right thing, save a life.
Yaosiki, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. We are glad you can sit here today and actually tell the world what you saw, and advise others so that they do the right thing and save others from going through what you went through. We appreciate your time, and we thank you for speaking to GhanaWeb. He has seen it all, and you heard what he had to say. He says you should do the right thing and save a life. Our guest today in this episode of GhanaWeb's road safety campaign has been Yaosiki. He has been sharing his experience with us. You can also join the conversation, make it bigger. Let's spread the word. Join us on all our social media platforms, on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the GhanaWeb. You can also send us your videos on our WhatsApp platform, the numbers as you see on your screen. Let's make this work. Let's save lives and curb accidents on Ghana's road. My name is Wanda Amihegan, and thank you for joining us.
Lilian stayed on, not because she was stupid, but she stayed because of the children. If your boyfriend begins to beat you, or your girlfriend begins to nag and insult you right from the beginning of the relationship, please know that it will end in tears. Society, families, the churches haven't helped us. Parents should begin to see their male children and their female children as children. That division of a boy can hit the sister and they don't talk. If you do it, your brother will beat you. I think it's a wrong thing. They shouldn't say it. If you do it, he will beat you. He's a boy. He's a boy, so what?
Ahune de ma shape. Ama anointing so belima di ni hu kape na anointing aba.
It differentiates between a man and a woman when they are in bed.
We have the two types of making the grass beat. We have the cutting one. You cut in the shape you want. Then you fry it. But this one, after pounding, you add the, you sieve, then you add the color.
When you
said that a man need a his no a common a winning agina so.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
We table issues relating for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you deny funny face. It's not my brother. Today you deny funny face. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
It's another edition of BizTech
on GhanaWeb TV. And as usual, we are more than poised to keep you updated with the business news that made headlines during the week, and an exclusive interview with a professional shoemaker you wouldn't want to miss. My name is Na Oyokote. This week on BizTech, my colleague Desmond Frimpong makes time with the brains behind Chased Shoes, Daniel Odonko, who makes premium handmade leather products. Mr. Donko is passionate about the history of Ghanaian craftsmanship, hence his inspiration for quality shoes. Join the conversation with my colleague and the CEO of Chased Shoes.
He trained as a constructor, hoping to redesign Ghana's architectural landscape as well as its beautiful skylines. However, he turned his back on that. He doesn't make any construction of buildings, but making of shoes. He's been able to build a brand that's pampering the feet of all social classes, especially the rich and famous. Today we meet CEO of Chased Shoes. Come with me. So I have Daniel right here with me, and I would just like to dovetail into the interview. In fact, I've read so much on him, and I can't wait for him to tell us more. Daniel, I'm glad to have you on GhanaWeb TV.
Thank you for having me.
You know, even before I start this interview, there's something that struck me when I got in touch with you. And the fact that within the shortest possible time, we're able to book appointments and things were just running smooth. And today here we are speaking. I'm sure if this is how you relate with your clientele, and it's a really good boost for you. But let's start. How did you even find the niche, or how did you even get to think that, well, you know, shoes could be a great opportunity for me to explore as an entrepreneur?
So I saw the opportunity, and I just ventured into it. I would say the role of an entrepreneur is to spot an opportunity and make it lucrative. So as young as I was, whilst I was studying in the university, I saw the opportunity, sold my laptop, and I put everything into it. Yeah.
So I read on the internet that you did construction, and I'm like, so right now this guy is no more constructing a building for us. Now he's constructing things that we could put our feet in, and that's pretty much amazing. But that's quite a huge shift. Tell us about that.
Indeed, it is a huge shift, but I think that they all play around the same, I would say, sector in terms of design. Construction, you know, entails design. And so does shoes. So if once you're a creative, wherever you find yourself, you'll be able to, you know, fully exploit your gift or your talent. So I was good with design. Initially I wanted to become an architect, but because my grades couldn't get me into the architecture class, I was offered construction. So whilst I was in the construction class, I realized that I wasn't really passionate about it. It was my soul searching stage, I would say. So I was, you know, sort of trying to find out for myself what I could do, you know, with my gifts or my intellect. I realized that I was passionate about business. So the first business that I started was a t-shirt making business. So I started making t-shirts. Then I saw the opportunity in the shoes, and I fully went into shoes.
That's an interesting story. But you know, most of the time people would say, well, I was just there and it just fell into my brain. Some people were just telling me I should just go into shoes. Other people would say, you know what, I actually sat down and realized that shoes made in Ghana wasn't top notch, and I realized I could do something more. So that rather was more like an inspiration for me to begin.
Yeah.
What's the inspiration for you?
My inspiration will be the ability to create something that is authentic. So when I saw the opportunity to create shoes, I had just realized that whilst I was studying, I was a student. Every semester, I had to buy a new plimsoll. I don't know if you know about plimsolls. So they weren't that good. Every semester, I have to buy a new one. Then I thought about creating something for myself, because originally I was already selling T-shirts. So I just believed that I'll be able to create one. I went online, watched videos of how to make shoes, and I realized that it could be made. It's just about being precise and doing it well. So at that time, the only asset that I had was a laptop. Then I sold it, and here we are today.
You sold your laptop to get it started. Sometimes too, I speak to a couple of entrepreneurs and they say, you know what, we made it, but at our first attempt, or at our first try, we realized, no, what we've made wasn't good enough, and then it makes them feel like giving up. Yeah. What was your own reaction when you made your first shoe? Did you like it?
When I loved it. I loved it. But this was about 7 years ago. My first shoe, I was so much impressed with it. But today I wouldn't sell it, because it's not. It doesn't meet the standard that we are currently producing. So with my first shoe, I loved it. Just being able to envision something in your mind and bringing it to life was the joy that I had. Yeah.
Let's talk about another thing that a lot of people pretty much are interested. Pricing. How affordable are your shoes?
It's affordable. Between 200 cedis to 500 cedis. We've got some that we sell for 700 cedis. That is bespoke and customized. So if you do a conversion with $1, it's minimum $50 to $100. That's easy.
It's not easy on the pockets of ordinary Ghanaians. That's why they say
it is easy. We want to provide luxury at an affordable price for people.
Most of the time when people are starting businesses, they talk about funding, capital, and has always been hell for a lot of people. It makes them even want to give up. Yeah. But how was it for you?
It's the same. It's the same. I haven't had the opportunity to get huge funding by anyone. It's just friends and family, and replugging back everything that we make back into the business. So that is how it's been from the beginning till now. Now we are opening up the business for investments.
Let's say as an investor, I'll be really interested to knowing your production capacity, because before someone put the money in a business, they will want to know how many shoes are you able to produce in a day, a week, and your production targets and things like that. Can you walk us through your production capacity?
I mean, I wouldn't want to give you exactly so that someone, I've already mentioned my price range. Someone will be calculating our money. So I can't give you specifics. Yes. But a few hundreds within a month.
Sometimes people are doing great. They're producing a chunk of goods, but really, who is buying? So as a producer, I would also, as an investor, these are areas of interest. Yeah. How's the market response to your produce, your products?
Initially, we couldn't serve a lot of high-end people because of the misconception they had about made in Ghana products. But now we have people even coming to us to order for products for their weddings, for red carpet events, for work, you know, for special occasions, even as gifts, you know, because now people believe that if I'm able to purchase a shoe from Chaste, it is worthy to be a gift for someone. So now the reception is good, and it's growing, you know. Since we started producing majorly for men, now we produce at least flat shoes for women, and the reception it keeps growing, you know. I mean, Ghana is a big place, so we are still growing, you know, daily, weekly.
So Ghana definitely is a big place, and you know, sometimes when you're also producing items, you may be thinking of global hitting the global markets as well. Do you export some of these products?
Yeah, we do have clients in other parts of the world, and we do export them. We've got a website where people buy from, so when you buy from our website, we ship it to you, and we use, you know, like the Ghana Post, we use DHL, you know, to ship to people. We've shipped, the furthest we've done is Australia. We've done the Europe, we've done the US, Canada, UK, other parts of Africa. And also, in terms of trying to reach the global markets, we target on dominating locally before we go all out globally.
I'm always excited to see Ghanaians doing great things like yourself, because it's not just money to your pocket, but it's also a job opportunity for other people as well. I mean, I came here, I've seen around there people working in and out and things like that, and that's a source of living for other people. How many hands are you working with?
So currently we are working with eight. I'm able to at least sustain the business and grow the numbers that you work with. You know, it's credit to you as a business owner.
Too much talk, they say, it's pretty boring. We're going to go straight to where production starts for you to see or appreciate Chaste shoes. We're going to go there right after this break. Don't go away.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
Welcome back from that short break. So we are right here at the production center, and Daniel's going to take us through how the shoes are made from scratch to finish.
Okay. So in terms of our operations,
there's a man in charge?
Yeah, there's a man in charge. So our operations manager, him being Prince. Prince will take you through what entails our production.
So this is Prince, the biggest man in the production center. He's going to walk us through how Chaste shoes are made. Welcome to GhanaWeb TV, Prince.
Thank you so much.
Before we get started, where do you even get your raw materials from?
We outsource. We have our supply chain management from selected parts in the country and also from Europe. So about 50% of our materials are outsourced. The rest are actually used here with natural materials or natural things that make up the shoemaking process. And so we have materials such as velvets, leather, suede. We have croc
Yeah. Okay, so what's the first thing to do?
So just as the velvet is, we usually pick a velvet, and then depending on the kind of shoe, say a loafer type, you want to make a loafer type, we have patterns which are available to make up a loafer type of shoe. So a velvet material is picked, and then we make sure that you trace out the pattern on the material.
Are you able to do it now?
Yeah. So there should be one here. So just
this is velvet.
This is velvet. So this is the original makeup shape of the shoe, and so the pattern has been cut out on the material, and then some other materials added to it, and then glued, and then when again this is done, we take it to the stitching end.
Okay.
So that's the point where it is stitched according to the design of the shoe. So stitching takes quite a while because it has to be done with precision, and it has to be what we do is handmade. Okay. So it takes a lot of energy and effort and precision to make sure that your stitching is right. And then it adds up to the entire finishing process. So afterwards it's done, it is also added with some extra materials to make sure that when the human foot slips through, it is very good and feels very comfortable, which is an extra lining afterwards, and then it comes back to the entire work table.
So
and then
it comes back onto a thing like this.
This comes to the finishing aspect, so it's like a 50% of the entire production schedule. So this velvet now comes back, and then the excess is cut off, and then the entire material is gotten, or the entire shoe top, let's say in the production we say the tops, the entire shoe top is gotten. So then afterwards we go to the extra 50% of the entire production process, which is using the machine to fasten and to finish the heel, to finish the sole, to make sure that this lining on the sole is put on, which is called a welt. So this part is where all of it goes. Exactly.
What's it called?
It's called a grinding machine. Grinding machine because it grinds materials, it grinds wood, it grinds soles, it grinds anything that consists in the shoemaking process, and so that's how it does there. And it's very unique enough, and so the depth. Oh yeah, sure. So it's very unique enough to make sure that whenever this is the grinder.
Okay.
So it has a brush, it has a grind, and then it has two grinds. Yeah, so this is used mainly for the finishing process. So
for all shoes.
For all shoes. So it comes with this in conjunction with it. This is a polish. It's called a wax polish. So when it is started on, we put the wax polish on to prepare it for the finishing process. So you can look at this. It has a very good finish. So smooth and shiny. So if you want to enhance it, you put it on again, and then you brush it. Exactly. And then on this part is where we grind. This part is where we grind. So with this, it has been shaved off to make sure that it picks the sole size. However, it is not done. It is not perfect enough. So we'd have to grind it more to make sure that it picks it up exactly. And then it is polished before it comes back. So this is where the extra 50% of the entire shoemaking process takes place. So that's how.
And the whole, how many minutes does it take, or how many days, how many years does it take to just make one shoe?
Making a shoe can take an hour or two.
1 hour?
Yes. However, in the space of it being handmade, time is given to it to make sure that everything comes out beautifully. And these are equipment which fasten the process. These are equipment which fasten the process, and so a 50% of it could take about an hour, another 50% could take an extra hour. So roughly say 3 hours, we can get a shoe done completely.
Okay, after getting the smoother here, going through that process to also make it finer or firmer, where do we go next?
So it comes back to the